They've played it safe for years. Minor upgrades, recycled designs, and the same old sensors. Samsung's flagship phones have looked like new, but deep down they've been stuck in a loop. But now something's shifting. The Galaxy S26 lineup isn't just about tweaks, it's about rewriting the rulebook, killing off old flagships, reviving the Edge, and maybe even pulling off something that not even Apple saw coming. Because if the leaks are true, we're about to see the most dramatic shake-up in Galaxy history. Welcome back, viewers! Jams here! Make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow tech fans, and subscribe for updates that always go one step beyond the usual headlines. So let's start with something bold. The 10-megapixel telephoto camera that's been reused for 3 years. It's finally getting the boot. Samsung's reportedly ready to slap a 50-megapixel telephoto lens into the Galaxy S26 and possibly the Edge variant too. Not just for better zoom, but to unlock features like 8K video recording on phones other than the Ultra. That alone would be a big win. But there's more. The ultra-wide camera, that 12-megapixel sensor that hasn't changed in 5 years, it might still stick around. But here's the twist: autofocus is coming. And if you've ever tried to take a close-up shot with an ultra-wide, you know how badly that's needed. This one tiny change could unlock actual macro photography across all models. Combine that with AI, enhanced sharpen, and even the base Galaxy S26 could start flexing like a flagship. But now comes the silent killer of good phones: battery life. The Galaxy S25's 4,000 mAh battery, and they're experimenting with silicon carbon battery tech that could offer way more juice without making the phone a brick. Imagine the S26 coming with 300 mAh and the Edge getting 500 mAh, paired with faster charge and up to 65 due for the Ultra. That's the type of upgrade that changes your entire daily experience. But let's talk durability. Apple's already dunking their iPhones underwater up to 6 meters deep. Meanwhile, Samsung's still doing the same old IP68. So now the rumors suggest Samsung might be aiming for IP69. That means protection from high-pressure water jets and intense heat. Basically, a phone you can drop in the pool or survive a storm with. That kind of leap would silence durability critics fast. And don't get me started on ports. While competitors be 3.2 Gen 2, Samsung's still stuck at 5 Gbps speeds. That's ancient. A bump to 10 Gbps would finally allow 4K video output at 120 Hz. Pair that with Samsung DeX and your phone just turned into a real desktop experience. But the most overlooked piece of the puzzle: UWB. Ultra-wideband is the tech behind precise location tracking, secure sharing, and all sorts of smart device magic. Right now, it's only on the higher-end Galaxy phones, but that might change. If UWB lands on the base S26, it instantly makes Samsung's ecosystem smarter and more accessible. So all these upgrades: telephoto, ultra-wide battery, water resistance, USB speeds, UWB, they sound like a dream list. But here's the wild part: they're not just possible, they're already being tested. Samsung's quietly assembling a lineup that could finally match the hype. But the biggest shocker: the Edge is back, and it might be replacing a phone that's been around for over a decade. The S25 Edge wasn't just a design experiment, it was a test, a calculated strike, and according to a new leak from Korea, that test is working. The S26 Edge might not just coexist with the regular and Ultra, it could replace the Plus model entirely. The same way Apple killed the Mini, then the Plus. Samsung is playing the long game here. Let's break it down. The Galaxy S25 Plus, as powerful as it was, never really had its own identity. It was just a bigger version of the base model. Meanwhile, the S25 Ultra was selling like crazy, 5 million units in 2 months. But the Plus, lowest sales target of the bunch, only 1.3 million for the Edge by July. That number may sound small, but if Samsung hits it, the Plus is gone. For good. And honestly, I get it. The Edge brings something new to the table. It's slimmer, sexier, and brings a fresh vibe we haven't seen since the original Edge days. It feels like a middle child that finally stands out. But it's not just about design. It's about what's inside. The Edge is rumored to get all the core S26 upgrades, including faster charging and even a larger battery next year. If it gets that silicon carbon cell, game over for the Plus. But there's one place where Samsung dropped the ball. That 3900 mAh battery in the current Edge. It's just not enough. For a phone that's supposed to be about more, if the S26 Edge fixes that, it could become the go-to Galaxy. No compromises, no confusion. And while we're on the topic of surprises, Samsung's not stopping with the S26. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 are just around the corner. And let's just say things are about to get wild. New hinge tech, under-display cameras 2.0, and maybe even the biggest redesign in the foldable world since 2019. But that's a story for another day. Because right now, Samsung's entire strategy is shifting, and the S26 series, it might be the most important Galaxy launch in years. Not just because of the specs, but because it's the moment Samsung finally stops playing catch up and starts setting the rules.